There are 6 components of communication process. The first is context. Communication is effected by context in which it takes place. This context may be physical, social, chronological, and cultural. Every communication proceeds with context. The second is sender or encodер. It is a person who sends a message. Sender makes use of symbols like word, graphic or visual aid to convey the message and produce the response that the sender needs. The third is message. Message is a key idea that the sender wants to communicate. It is a site that show the recipient's response. Communication begins with deciding about the message to be conveyed. So the main idea of the message must be clear. Number 4, there is a medium. Medium is the way that the sender used to exchange or send a message. The sender must choose an appropriate medium for sending the message. If not, the message might not be conveyed to the desired recipient. The choice of appropriate medium communication is important for making the message effective and correctly interpreted by the recipient. There are many choices of communication medium. It depends on the feature of communication. And next, recipient or decoder. Recipient is for whom the message is targeted or aimed. The degree to which recipient understands the message or not is depend upon the various factors such as the knowledge of the recipient and the responsiveness of the message, and also the reliance between the sender and the recipient. The last, there is a feedback. So feedback is the main component of the communication process as it permits the sender to analyze the efficacy of the message, and also it helps the sender in confirming the interpretation of message by decoder. And the second is why human need language. I think it because language is so important. Language is what makes us human. It is how people communicate, as we know that we can do anything because of we can communicate with others. And by learning a language, it means we have mastered a complex system of the word structure and grammar to effectively communicate with others. So number 3, the question is, please give your opinion about the period that Japanese independent period of English teaching in Indonesia, and which one do you think the best English teaching period? So in this section, I think the best period is after the independent period, of course, because when it is in the Dutch period, English is required and English is must in that period, and also English the student must learn English 3 until 5 hours per a week. And there are many books or reading texts to improve the English language learning, and the teacher paid well in that period. But in that period, only the Dutch and certain indigenous children can learn English. Not all students can learn English right now in the independent period. And also, if it is in Japanese, English is totally banned. All the book about English is burned, and only Japanese language can everybody use. And if it is after independence period, officially English is taught as a foreign language in Indonesia school. the changes in English began to develop widely in Indonesia when this learning system was implemented. There are trillion rupiah were spent to effort the development and to facilitate the learning teaching English process. And number 4, the question is, in your opinion, what is the status of English compared to Indonesia nowadays? So, currently English is used in many countries as a language of instruction, or it can be said that English is an international language that we must be mastered by the world community. Another reason is because many aspects of life such as education, government, technology, history, art, and world events and security use English as the spoken and written language, which make it easier for everyone to stay connected to the global issue and life changes. Okay, the last is number 5. The question is, please explain briefly about the function of English in Indonesia. I think the function of English in Indonesia. The current function of English as an international of global language is necessary for several reasons. The first, mastery of foreign language is the entrance to enter global community or globalization, and the second, as a means to absorb the knowledge that is developing in other countries, and vice versa, as a medium for spreading that knowledge developing in Indonesia and outside. I think that's all, and thank you.